Sir ELTON JOHN, Glastonbury last weekend, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. We loved him, everybody did. A week or 10 days previous, came out in defence of Philip Schofield. Says as a collective, we've all gone too far, we've had too much to say, and he feels much of it's been homophobic. I don't agree with the last bit, Elton, as I put on here on a video about a week ago in response to what you said, but you're allowed an opinion. You're not going to believe what's happened now, viewers. You're not. A bit of gold dust hits my inbox once every blue moon. It did this morning. I've checked the source and it's true. I don't believe it, but it's true. There it is. I'm going to read it to you now. The bins are going to go on. ELTON JOHN has stepped up for Philip Schofield. He feels that sorry for him, thinks he's been that marginalised and thinks he's never going to have a career again in TV. He's actually stepped up for him. I'm going to read you a letter. You will not believe it. In a minute, I'll show it you in black and white. When I finish reading it, I'll show it in black and white. This has been sent by ELTON JOHN. Not to me. I've got a copy of it, and I cannot say how. If I tell you how, I'll get locked in the tower, and the person that sent it to me. But it's on letter-headed paper, the proper one. And it's coming to my inbox this morning. Cannot believe this. You won't yourself. I'd love to know in the comments when I finish what you think about it. I cannot, honestly, I can't believe it. Shocking. Shocking, or at least extremely surprising. ELTON JOHN's wrote this to the director of Strictly Come Dancing. Hello there, it says. Sir ELTON JOHN here. Hope you don't mind that I've got your private address. And the writing isn't brilliant, so some of it I'll struggle with, but I'll do the best I can. Hope you don't mind that I've got your private address. Got it from a colleague, but I have an idea for you that I think would be fantastic for your show and would help your viewing figures considerably. You may note that Sir Philip Schofield recently has had massive problems within the media because of infidelities on This Morning over the last few years. He has been castigated by one and all, and I for one think things have gone too far and feel very sorry for the gentleman. Yes, he may have done some wrongs, but he doesn't deserve what has happened to him, in my humble opinion. And the way it's looking is he will never ever be seen on TV again. And I think that is a crying shame because I always found him to be good at his job and never had a problem with him. To that end, as I say, I've got an idea and I'd like to run it past you. And the idea is thus. He said, I know you've gone from strictly same-sex couples, male and female on the show, to some same-sex couples. You've even had some people on there with disabilities. And you've even had, I know, within the last couple of series, a young lady that with, is it right to say dwarfism or should I say vertically challenged? And then it says in brackets, you will know who I mean. And by the way, I do not mean to defend anybody. I do not mean to offend anybody, not defend, close brackets. To that end, I have an idea that I think will work for you and also for Philip Schofield. I would like to propose, oh, and by the way, Philip Schofield is not aware of this. At this stage, I hope that this is a private letter from me to you. I would like to propose that you invite Philip Schofield onto the show as a competitor in this year's competition, and I would be more than happy to be his partner on the same show. You may have seen me at Glastonbury this year. If you didn't, please review the show. You will see as I walk on and walk off, I'm not too great on my feet anymore. I'm 76 years of age and I've had terrible trouble over the last 3 or 4 years with knee and hip problems. So even walking itself isn't easy for me. There's no way I'd be able to train for a dance show, never mind do a dance show, but I have an idea. I note now that wheelchairs are becoming prevalent in many sports, e.g. basketball, tennis, rugby league. And I think I've heard mention in the past that Strictly have considered or thought about putting a disabled person in a wheelchair in the show with an able-bodied person. I would like to offer myself as that disabled person. I know I am not disabled, but as I've said, I'm unsteady on my feet. And I'm of an age now, as I say, at 76, where I couldn't compete in a dance competition. But my top half works fantastically, as you will see at Glastonbury. I move my arms with the beat. I'm brilliant at moving my arms with the beat and with the rhythm. I know all about rhythm. And I've got a very theatrical face, which would complement the dance numbers and the dance. as I say, I am happy to go in a same-sex couple with Philip, which I think ticks a box. Obviously, we are both gay because Philip has recently come out. It ticks another box. You've something with a disability. Well, no, I am not quite that, but I'd be in a wheelchair, so I would dance on behalf of disabled. Again, ticks another box. And it makes your show even more inclusive than it already is. And then it goes on to say, I as a person actually love the show, as does my partner David. What's the word? Agenda, not agenda. I can't read that word, but I think it means that what they do. Our something or other, I can't read it. Every Saturday is to record the show, to put the children in bed, and when the children have gone to bed, we sit on the settee, snuggled up with a warm drink, and the show itself, and the winter months when it's cold outside, gives us a warm feeling inside. It's a show we both love, and thus I would be more than happy to participate on the show, as long as it is with Philip Schofield. Because as I say, I think he needs a helping hand. Everybody deserves one in life. And that's basically it. And I was just shocked. I was surprised. I didn't think he would go that far for Philip Schofield. He's obviously trying to bring him in from the cold. And I wouldn't have thought someone of ELTON John's stature would be prepared to be on a show like Strictly. But I think it shows how strongly he feels about Philip Schofield and how he's been treated. In some respects, that's admirable because he's standing up for him because nobody else has. But I'm just shocked. Really shocked. I mean, just so as you know, I'm not making it up, by the way. Look, there it is in black and white. It's not obvious on the letterheaded paper. I've already got the copy that I photocopied from the email. But you've seen it there in black and white, so what can't speak can't lie, as Del Boy used to say. But how would you have it, viewers? Would you like it? Would you not? I think it'll happen. I think the director will get back. He's not going to pass up on Sir ELTON John on that show, but the biggest star he's ever had. And then he'll have Philip Schofield on there, probably the most disgraced person on TV at this moment in time, at least of all living people, who many have said would never be on TV again. It'll create massive column inches. It'll give them massive exposure, both themselves and the show. I just see it being nothing but a winner for Strictly. I think it'll happen. I think 100% it'll happen. And it might be a way back into TV thereafter for Philip. But I'll tell you what'll happen now. I'll tell you now. If them two go on it, because Elton's on there, everybody's going to vote for them. They'll have the old Anne Widdecombe factor. They'll get to the final. I'm telling you now. They'll get to the final. Now, I don't know how you think about that. Would you be happy or would you not after everything that's happened with Schofield? But imagine that. The Strictly final. The Scof with Sir ELTON against God knows who else. Tell you what. The viewing figures will go through the roof, ladies and gents. I've got to ask you this. Do you agree with it or not? That's number one. And number two, would you watch it or not? Now tell me the truth. Don't lie. Would you watch it? I think it'll happen.